What motivates me is, especially with the IronRunner, is I came close several times, and this past year I thought, I got to do it.
I didn't want to miss a race, so just chip away at them, you know, one by one. That knowing there's one more kept me motivated.
What motivates me is my daughter. She started cross country this year, and I want to be a good role model for her. So.
What has motivated me to be an IronRunner is the accomplishments, the feeling of accomplishment.
Well, I turned 70 at the end of 2020, so starting 2021, I wanted it, the first year of this decade, to be really special.
Just the desire to win a competition. I love competing, I always have. Played sports most of my life, so once I get involved with something, I want to go all the way to the end.
The most challenging one for me would be the Parlor City Trot, and it's mostly because of the time of the year it is when it's really hot. And that time of the year I'm making a lot of hay, and so it's hard to get all the miles in that you need to get in to be really properly prepared for that race.
The neutral run was a big challenge. I wound up coming in last, and they were tearing everything down. And Dave DeVoe saved one little piece of mat for me, and everybody waited on me.
By far, it was the half marathon in Bluffton. As you know, a half marathon is 13.1 miles. It's one of our longest races. About mile 10, I started feeling pain in my shoulder blades, of all places, and I was feeling a lot of pain. And I said to myself, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this race or not. I just don't know. And all of a sudden, I don't know his name, but if I see him, I'll know him. He's middle-aged, or he's a little younger than me. He's got red hair. If I see him, I can point him out. Came out to get me and say, "Hey, follow me. I'll take you into the finish line." So I just followed him, and without him encouraging me, I don't know if I would have finished that race or not. But that was a heartwarming experience. Yep.
The monumental 10K race, and that race was pretty challenging for me because I'm not a very good hill runner, and there's a lot of hills in that one, and that made it hard. But I actually PR'd it this year, so I didn't do too bad, but it was still pretty hard. I would say my favorite race would be probably the Runners on Parade, and mostly because of how many people are lining the streets. That's always a big help.
Probably the rat race, because I ran that for years with my daughter and four of my grandchildren, but we did the 5K version. And this year for the running club, we did the 10K. So I was out there by myself because my grandkids have gotten too old to like the idea of running.
Well, the health benefits that I get is keeping my weight down because I like to eat, and running more miles, I get to eat more.
Yeah, it kind of clears your mind, building stamina, keeps your blood pressure down, and it is relaxing. A lot of people don't think it's relaxing, but it is.
I think running actually helps me mentally.
I'd like to thank my wife Dawn, because she did the Couch to 5K in 2016. Funny thing, she did the Runners on Parade that year, and my two boys and I came down. We dropped her off at the start line, and then we went to Taco Bell while she did her run, and I hadn't done any running at all at that time. But I noticed that I was starting to get heavier, and getting lazy, just working and not doing anything. And I thought, you know, I really got to do something. So I was either that afternoon or the next day. We went out and started running.
First of all, I'd like to thank my wife for being so supportive of me. And then secondly, I would like to thank all the race directors, and then you people behind the scenes that set up races and are the directors of races.
My wife Tammy and my two boys, Greg and Austin, and everybody in the running community in Fort Wayne are very supportive.
People to thank, I think, the members of the Fort Wayne Running Club, and also the board members of the Fort Wayne Running Club. I grew up in a large city in St. Louis, Missouri, much larger than Fort Wayne. We didn't have a running club there. So I think that Fort Wayne is very fortunate to have this running club. I really do, and it's really a great thing to be a part of.